Dr. Prasanta Banerji, Mrs. Aparna Sen Ji, a great filmmaker and film artist, my friend and Honorable Member of Parliament, Mr. Vijay Darda Ji, Mr. Pratip Banerji Ji, captains of the industry, excellencies representing different countries, consul generals, councillors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to be with you today at the inaugural of the renovated Prasanta Banerji Homeopathic Research Foundation in the vibrant and historic city of Kolkata. I am also happy to launch the book on Banerji protocols. This book is the result of the efforts of Dr. Banerji, who has been in practice for over 55 years, and his son, Dr. Pratip Banerji, who has been working with him for the last 22 years. I understand this book is about using homeopathic medicines in the scientifically acceptable way, where diseases are diagnosed in the same way as allopathy, but the medicines are prescribed in fixed protocols for every disease. The purpose of the book is to make available to the healthcare professionals knowledge gathered by the experience of over 75 years of using homeopathy and the Banerji protocols, which covers the general diseases as well as some types of cancers. I was delighted to hear from Aparna Sen Ji and from our friend Member Parliament about the cases which they are witness to. The father-son duo deserves commendation for the fact that while the clinic patient footfall is about 1,200 patients a day, over 700 patients are treated free of charge every day. This research foundation sees about 150 to 200 cancer cases a day and has also earned into research collaborations with many institutions of international repute to achieve standardized treatment protocols which flow replicably in the treatment of patients suffering from the same disease with the same fixed protocol of medicines. In fact, I haven't had the experience or any acquaintance with Dr. Banerji. It was for the first time about 6 months back that when Mr. Vijay Darda asked me that he is a great legend, well, I had heard of him, but not seen him personally, that he would like to see you and I would like to bring him. And once he came to Delhi and I had an opportunity to see him in my office, and he had come with all the records and all the photographs of the patients which he had treated over a period of time, and particularly for the cancer. I was highly impressed to see the work done by him over a period of time. I have had an opportunity to meet doctors from Ayush, from Ayurveda, Siddha, Homeopathy, Unani, but I never got an opportunity to talk to a doctor who is using totally different methodology of homeopathy which he has just now mentioned. And before coming to this function, I had also an opportunity to visit his clinic where he is, seeing the patients. And I could see for myself the patients which have been treated by him, who are under treatment, and who are totally hale and hearty. Well, I haven't come across so many patients who, after being treated for this deadly disease, have been cured so well. So my congratulations to Dr. Banerji. So after my first or second visit, I in fact called the Secretary Health Research. We have a separate department for health research, headed by a secretary level officer, who is also the Director General for ICMR, Indian Council for Medical Research. I called him and told him and gave all the reports and all the photographs of Dr. Banerji that these protocols should be reviewed scientifically. And I'm told that a meeting, the first or second meeting was held in this year, where it was recommended to set up an expert group by the Indian Council of Medical Research for looking at the authenticity of the diagnosis, duration of the post-treatment follow-up, etc. Since only 2 months follow-up reports were available with the Indian Council of Medical Research, the expert group has recommended a prospective open-label clinical trials in the disease areas where no standard treatment of the allopathic system exists, or the standard line of treatment failed to show any response. It appears that the data needed further analysis to reach an accurate safety and efficacy conclusions by the Indian Council of Medical Research. But there's a big tussle between allopathy and Ayurveda. Fortunately, I happen to be the minister for both. I have one department headed by a secretary looking after the health, of which the major component is the allopathic part. Another department headed by another secretary, which looks after the Ayush, Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy. There's another department headed by another secretary that looking after HIV/AIDS. Then we have another department, as I said in the beginning, the health research, which looks into the aspect of all health-related, research-related issues. But I see the doctors from both the areas, the allopathic and Ayurveda, they keep fighting with each other. And as health minister, I have to do the job of a referee. Because in allopathy, they always want that the clinical trial should be held on first on animals, first in the lab, the work has to be done, then there has to be trial on the animals, then there has to be the trial on thousands and thousands of human beings, then only it can be given certification by the DCGI, Drug Control General India. But at the same time, when we talk of Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy, they are following totally different type of system and protocols. So they don't see eye to each other. But what is heartening to know that of late, the acceptance, the Ayush, entire Ayush, Homeopathy in particular and Ayurveda is now its acceptability more than 100 countries. And whenever I happen to go abroad, I think after we have, the discussion on various health-related issues, most of the health ministers would approach me that would like to work with your country. We'd like to know more about homeopathy and Ayurveda. So now this homeopathy and Ayurveda, though homeopathy has come from Germany, from outside our country, but the other traditional medicines of India, they are not confined within the boundaries or within the territory of India, but they have also already crossed the boundaries of India and now are being practiced in different parts of the world. Coming back to what ICMR is doing with regard to the material which has been provided to Dr. Banerji, I look forward to the conclusions and recommendations of Indian Council of Medical Research. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our country, we have a pluralistic healthcare delivery system, as I have already mentioned, where the government provides an opportunity to every recognized medical system to develop and be practiced with a view to provide integrated and holistic healthcare services. We are open to patronizing best practices and proven standards for the benefit of the people. That's why there's a peaceful coexistence of allopathy in our country, where Ayurveda, Siddha, which are traditional and indigenous systems of medicines, with Unani, which originated from Persia, and homeopathy, which was developed in Germany. Presently, homeopathy is accepted as a system of gentle healing, which generally the other homeopaths believe, but Dr. Banerji has its own protocol, which does not go with this particular. The inherent strength of the system makes it safe therapy, free from adverse side effects, which most of the doctors are afraid of to go to the allopathy. It can be used safely by pregnant women, lactating mothers, infants, children, geriatric population for treatment of various diseases. Medicines are eco-friendly, palatable, easy to administer, and the treatment is comparatively cost-effective than other medical systems. Homeopathy was introduced, as you know, in our country in early 19th century and has today become a popular system of treatment. A legislative framework has been established and it has grown and developed in a scientific and systematic manner, making India its true home. The Government of India has made sustained efforts for growth and development of homeopathy along with the traditional medicines like Ayurveda, Siddha, Yoga, and Naturopathy, Unani, and Soyaripa. Well, Soyaripa is the latest which has joined the family. Soyaripa is used in Ladakh and some parts of northeastern areas, particularly wherever we have our Buddhist population. A highly commendable infrastructure in the form of 180 medical colleges with a regulatory mechanism for quality university education, autonomous research council with 32 institutes and about 224,000 registered medical practitioners, drug safety regulations with 414 drug manufacturing units have been established in our country. The Government of India, through its Department of Ayush, has undertaken a number of steps, including implementing schemes for its comprehensive development and propagation to enhance the healthcare coverage and quality of delivery of services. Homeopathic facilities are growing independently and also co-located with other healthcare facilities. Now, one of the most important things which we have done during the past 7, 8 years, about 8 years back, the Government of India Health Ministry launched National Rural Health Mission. The health as such is a state subject, but over a period of time, I think the state governments could not keep pace with the ever-increasing demand of creating infrastructure across the country. That's why it is for the first time that in 2006, the Government of India, UPA government, chipped in and came to the rescue of the state governments. And during the past 7, 8 years, we have provided money to the tune of 95,000 crores to the state governments for creating infrastructure in rural areas. And I am happy to state here that during these 7, 8 years, we have helped the state government in new construction and renovation of 50,000 hospitals, district hospitals, sub-district hospitals, community health centers, and sub-centers. And we have also provided them from our central fund money for human resource for the specialists, super specialists to the tune of 160,000 doctors. And one of the most important things which has happened, the co-location of allopathic and Ayurveda. As I said in the beginning, that at one point of time, the allopathic doctors and Ayurveda doctors, when I say Ayush doctors rather, when I say Ayush, that means again Ayurveda, Unani, Homeopathy, Siddha. They were located, they was totally distant. A particular hospital located in a particular area, allopathic, and homeopathic somewhere else, Ayurveda somewhere else, Unani somewhere else. The most important decision we took, co-location of this. So having constructed these new buildings at the district level, sub-district levels, or augmented these districts at various levels, one of the policy of the Government of India was co-location of allopathic and Ayurvedic Ayush system, that is Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy, and Unani. Almost out of this, all the hospitals available in our country, at least in 40 to 50% hospitals at different levels, district and below, the co-location of these two systems, that is allopathic and traditional medicine system, has taken place, where under the same roof, under the same buildings, both are coexisting and giving the choice to the people that as what type of treatment they would like to have, whether allopathic or traditional medicine. The Central Council for Research in Homeopathy is established as an apex autonomous body to undertake, coordinate and develop research in fundamental and applied aspects of homeopathy. Council has undertaken collaborative studies with institutes of high repute such as Bose Institute, School of Tropical Medicines at Kolkata, which have shown evidence of biological activity of homeopathic medicine in vitro and animal model in the clinical conditions of Japanese encephalitis and cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, as I have said, the mainstreaming of Ayush, including homeopathy, has been one of the most important strategies of the Government of India. During the last 4 years, and grant in aid of 553 crores has been given to the state governments for mainstreaming of Ayush under the National Rural Health Department. The Government of India has also made sustained efforts for growth and development of human resources in homeopathy along with other traditional medicine systems. Some of the new initiatives which are being taken in the 12th plan, of course, this is subject to availability of the funds in the 12th plan. That includes number 1, setting up of regional hospitals in 8 national institutes to provide world-class treatment facilities for secondary and tertiary health care. A National Institute of Medicinal Plants is envisaged, which would provide training facilities and also raw material. A research and quality control laboratories are being planned in 8 national institutes to expand the quality testing facilities in the country for Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy. It is also proposed to have a central drug controller for Ayush drugs to facilitate standardization of Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani products. Similarly, 5 high-tech quality control laboratories would be set up under the Research Council at regional level. I am also happy to state that during the 12th 5-year plan, the department also proposes to set up Homeopathic Medicines Pharmaceutical Corporation Limited to provide facilities for manufacturing of homeopathic medicines to ensure quality and timely supplies to dispensaries. All these steps are being taken to fulfill the emerging interest of the scientists for research in homeopathy and inculcate better interdisciplinary understanding for promoting evidence-based use of homeopathy. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I would like to urge more collaborative efforts in research, since this is an area where we learn from experiences and documented evidence. In this, homeopathy enjoys a distinct advantage as compared to other traditional medicines, since you have literature in the modern English language, strong national and international professional bodies, international journals publishing contemporary knowledge and information, uniform drug manufacturing manuals and standard manufacturing units across the globe. In this context, the work done by Dr. Prasanta Banerji and Dr. Pratip Banerji assumes greater significance, and I once again congratulate them in committing themselves to finding solutions for the holistic well-being of patients, particularly the poor and disadvantaged section of your society. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Azad.